Hello everyone, welcome to another quick video, and it is going to be a quick one. But somebody asked me about this Butcher's PressMan camera that I've had for some time. I actually had this given and it's just been sat on the shelf really, mainly because the shutters all disintegrated. But we got talking and I'm going to try it with a paper negative and just see how that works. No idea. As we can see, it's the Butcher's PressMan. I think it's a quarter plate. I think it's a quarter plate inside. Well, what I've done, I've dropped a piece of Ilford multigrade version 3 paper into the dark slide, and it's quite an old piece of paper. That's the dark slide, and I'm just going to make one exposure onto it and see how it comes out really. The sun is quite high up at the moment, so it's not the ideal lighting. I was going to diffuse it with a softbox diffusion material, but I've decided against that because I'm going to see how it reacts with the harsh shadows. So let's take a meter reading of this. I rated the paper at ISO 3, so let me get roughly in the same light. Incident meter reading. And I'm getting probably, I don't know if you can see that, 1 second f16. ISO 3. I am using a yellow filter on the front, so that's going to give me an extra stop, so that's going to make it 2 seconds. So that's what I'm going to go with. So I've got the lens set to f16. I now need to try and get this dark slide in. It's not the easiest of things with this camera. You have to slide it into 2 grooves and it doesn't always want to go in, so I need to lock that in place. Okay, the dark slide is now in, yellow filter on, meter reading is going to give us 2 seconds to compensate for that yellow filter. As I say, there's no shutter, so I've just got a button on the side which releases the mirror. So the mirror is going to come up, we'll make the exposure, I'll let go of the button, and that's it. It's a bit like bulb mode. Okay, so I'm going to remove the dark slide. Dark slide is removed. There we go. And we've got a 2 second exposure. Let's make it a conservative one. Here we go. 1001, 1002. That's it. Exposure over. So we need to drop the dark slide back in. I can remove the dark slide. There we go. So that's our exposure on that piece of paper. I'll pop into the dark room, I'll develop this and I'll let it dry, and then I'll see what we've got. So that was a quick exposure using the Butcher's PressMan, probably about 1912, something like that, not quite sure. Anyway, let's pop into the dark room. I'll get this developed and then I'll show you the results when it's dry. I've developed the negative. I developed it in some Ilford multigrade, normal strength 1+9. I usually use something that's more diluted than that, but I just so happen to have had some mixed from an early print that I was making in the darkroom. Developed it for the normal time. I've let it dry and I've scanned it in view scan on the Epson V800. And this is what we get from a straight scan. Quite nice tonality, captured quite a lot of detail considering the high contrast scene. I then converted it into a positive and then just applied my picture frame that I made in Photoshop through my Picture Frames plugin. So I've learned that this Butcher's camera, although it can't be used as a regular camera because of the broken shutter curtains, it's going to lead to some interesting results with some paper negatives. So I'm quite excited to expand on what I've learnt today and then probably take it out into the field with about 4 or 5 dark slides loaded with this Ilford multigrade paper and see what I can achieve. So all in all, quite a positive result from a camera which I honestly thought was just going to be sat collecting dust on the shelf. So very pleased with that. Hope you've enjoyed this quick video, something a little bit different. Please subscribe to the channel if you found it interesting. And until next time, bye for now.